Can y'all hear me now? Okay, listen, I am so sorry about that. I can't figure out what's going on. It's either one thing with the camera, or it's something with the microphone, or it's vice versa. It's just one thing after another. But that's okay. I'm not stopping. Um, I got a lot to talk to everybody about. Kind of threw me off just now because, of course, when you get one thing working, the other things will stop. You know, uh-oh, is everything working now? Story of my life, dude. Right there it is. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do. So I've been trying to put out short videos the past couple of days, right? For reference. Get more information. You have something to reference really quickly. So I'm going to continue to make those when I find things. I've got something special for y'all, though. So I did a little bit more digging, and I called an establishment to cross-reference things that were being said on some interviews, right? I'm going to call every single place. I'm going to do the research. I'm going to give due diligence. I'm going to do what it takes, whether people get mad or not. Because answers and digging is, primarily how we get to the truth. When you start really digging into stuff, I don't care if the views go up, down, if they're down tomorrow, if they're up the next day. I don't care about that. But I always can tell I don't care if the views are good or whatever. When you're onto something, when the haters come out in the trillions, throwing shade at everything you do, going back to the past, going back, saying something about, here's the new one, about fire alarms. Get a battery for your fire alarm. Dude, those things beep. I've lived here. I've changed those batteries monthly, and they plug into my ceiling. So, we remember all that. That was just so dumb back in the day when it's okay though. But so I'm going to try to do this in order. The things that I'm going to try to present to you guys, right? Thank you, Amber Robinson. That's one thing I can say. Look, everything I try to bring out, I try to bring something to back it up, to show where it comes from and why it's said. That's why it's so important for these short videos to reference and compare and do that, or to show, this is what makes it a fact, this is what it doesn't. Well, when I get to my interview part, y'all are gonna love this. So the first oh wait, never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna do a teaser. We'll just talk about it when I get there. Let me pull this first video up though, that made the other day. Oh, did you now, Scott H? What'd he say? Oh, flower power, thank you. Allie has to take our daughter to gymnastics tonight. So she said she hated not being able to make this, but y'all can catch us tonight. We're going to be a guest on John Davis True Crime. He asked us to come over there, so I'm going to go over there and do do an interview and try to bring something special over there. Anyway, Scottish, what did he say? What was the deal with him? Oh, holler boy. Hey, thank you, Public Health Center. I'm trying, man. Trying. Thank y'all. Yeah, look, I fixed that problem a long time ago, Millie RN. It like back in the beginning in my living room, I have this one fire alarm. See, they plug into my ceiling into a continuous power source. And I don't understand. Since I've moved here, they've beeped continuously. They used to go in in simultaneously, like one on one side of the house would be like beep 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 beep, and they'd go like that all day, and I don't even hear it no more. It's not that they don't work; they do. I'll just sucking up to her. Scott H. Yeah, figures. What what is there to suck up to? And it's the things that are coming out on Jody Sue and stuff. Scott H. is this is what blows my mind. Some of the people that are just now jumping on it were the ones defending to the heel to the and now they're pulling up videos of things that we were talking about a couple months back, and I'm like, you all were defending that same woman, Jody Sue Brown, over there when that information was out then. It's not new. It's not like when you were defending her, you weren't the information wasn't there and you were just, um, uh, just not aware, it just like people weren't talking about it. That bothers me because that's some old posers, some old just jump on the bandwagon. I'll defend as long as my buddy over here is defending. If they're not, then I'm not. Be real, man. Be real. If you feel like somebody, and I've learned this too. I did it for a long time, even when we started this channel. I wanted to please everybody. I can't. If I feel a certain way about certain things, I'm going to question it because that's the right way to do. I don't care if it's the popular opinion or if it's not. Because sometimes the people that are the best con artists can look somebody dead in their eye, look them dead in their eye like this, and tell them anything they want to hear, and never skip a beat. And that's what's happened with a few interviews and people that were very, were prime people in this investigation. And I've been trying to show the same things with like Jody Sue Brown. With I'm not even going to put that out there, the person I'm talking about, yet, because that's for another live. But this one that we're gonna do today, I'm going to compare some of the things. Like I pulled up I compared the two interviews from June 14th when Dudley says Don Wells was driving the red Subaru, and that on the day of the 14th, and Don Wells, what time does he usually go to lunch, everybody? What time did Don Wells usually go to lunch? If you've been paying attention. So he allegedly let go of Dudley after lunch, coming back from lunch. It was like 3:00, 3:30 that Don gets to lunch. So I don't know. But yeah, so he allegedly fire him after lunch. Keep me on track. Let me know, is that accurate? Because what time did then Jackie Dobbs say that he saw Don Wells in a white Sonoma? People argued this. He said around 4:00 p.m. in the afternoon. We're gonna pull these up. We're gonna pull the clips up in the videos that I made up, so you can hear it for yourself. Well, if it's after lunch that he's firing Dudley, and Dudley's saying he's driving the red Subaru on the 14th of June, and then Jackie Dobbs saying that Don Wells pulls up to him at 4:00 p.m. in a white Sonoma, how is that possible? What job site were they on? I don't know. He talks about the chocolate factory. That you hear Dudley in his interview talk about a chocolate factory job. You hear all sorts of things. It's very important that we really listen closely. It's being said. We're also going to go over the video made that. Why did Andy Bernard have Jackie Dobbs' phone number? And why did he call Jackie Dobbs on the 16th of June and say that TBI he needed to get in touch with TBI? Because why? I mean, why? Why did Andy Bernard need to call him to tell him to get in touch with TBI? Did he not know that Summer had went missing, seeing that he was at the Roadway Inn in Churchill, Tennessee on the 15th all day? And that law enforcement knew of Jackie Dobbs because of the property dispute that happened. So they had his number. Law enforcement had his information, had his everything. But back to the phone number thing. If Andy Bernard had Jackie Dobbs' phone number, why did they feel the need on the night of the June 14th to go search Polly, Andy's mother's, other properties in the Hollows and local area motels, when in fact Jackie Dobbs says that Jody Sue and them said that he needed to go stay at some motel in Baileyton or Baileyton. But if you have his phone number, why not just call him and ask where he's at on the 14th? You see what I'm saying? And if you're in a dispute with somebody, why do you have their phone number? Somebody was in the comments earlier and said Jackie Dobbs bought that property from Andy Bernard. That's not factual at all. Jackie Dobbs bought that property from Joey Hahn, who is a realtor for, I can't remember the name of the real estate company, but I know the realtor's name. And Jackie bought that property without seeing it first. Thank you again, Flower Power. I appreciate that. Yeah, why jump the gate? Yeah, just call him. If you need to find out where the man's at, call him. Let me pull these clips up, okay? You don't call when you're trying to sneak up on someone. True, Fizzle. True. But they told him where to go to a motel and stuff, and he didn't go to the one in Baileyton. Why did they feel the need to sneak up on the man? How in the hell would he know where Polly's other properties were if he didn't know Jody Sue and Andy Bernard prior to him having the dispute over the property lines? Why would they feel the need to go search the other properties that owned by her? Well, how would he know where those are? I remember hearing early on too that he was there a few days before, that Jackie might have been there a few days before the 14th in camp. Don't quote me on that. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's 100%. So don't quote me on it. But I remember hearing that he had been there for a few days. But in his interview, he says that he showed up on June 14th, 2021. Let me pull that up. That's true. That's true, Mama Bear. Something's going on. And then it makes me question, how long had Jackie Dobbs been coming to East Tennessee, Northeast Tennessee? How did you know about the property? What made you want to buy property there without seeing it? You're from Cleveland, Georgia. What brings you to this area? Does he have family here? How did he hear about it? Does he know people? That goes back to some of the statements he made at the beginning. I think Jackie feels legitimately that if they did find him, he'd have been knocked off. Hey, that's a possibility too. I don't know. But he answered the phone for Andy on the 16th. And, I'm going to bring up some interesting things, guys, that I don't know if y'all have thought about before through these interviews. Hey, Adrian Hawkins, thank y'all. Man, thank y'all so much. Y'all are being awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. But why answer on the 16th? Let me pull them up real quick before we go any further, so I have something to reference. Okay, I've already got them made, so it's not going to be no big deal. Oh man. Oh my gosh. I am not feeling this computer here the past few days, man. It is aggravating me so bad. Okay. So let me see here. Oh, I got one guy I need to talk to at the end of this dude. This dude is I can't wait to talk about it. But I'm gonna wait till at the end because I'm gonna clown him. I'm for real going to. This is another creator, but I am going to because this dude talks mad crap out of his mouth. It is, and I'll let you hear a little bit of it. Anyway, let me pull this up. I love you. Be careful.
Love you.
Okay.
Tell them that I'm sorry.
I did. All right. Tell them. You can hear.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, that I have not. Are you got the camera on? I don't know.
Yeah, but hold on, let me cancel this so you can see there.
Oh, well, microphone. Anyway, sorry that I've not been on here. That's been crazy. But I'm getting ready to go take our daughter to gymnastics. But I'll be back on here tonight when we go over to John Davis. So I'll see all y'all over there. So anyway, listen to him. Thank you all for being here. And we love you guys. And we appreciate you so much. Okay. Now I'm gone.
Love you.
Love you.
Be careful.
I will.
Okay. All right, now let me pull this up. The last one. Which one are we going to do first? I think this one right here. There it be. Oh my gosh, dude. This thing. Do y'all have any suggestions on how I fix this computer? Do I need to, I updated it and I think so, it's Microsoft. So if I have a OneDrive and it's full, this thing used to run flawlessly, this computer. And just here as of late, it's just, it's really pissing me off, to be honest. Lack of a better word. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, this video right here. We're going to go over right now. Two different statements. The picture he posted of Elvis in front of the room at the roadway on June 15, 2021 was actually taken in 2016. He says. That's what he says. Now, it's the hard drive. Bama forever, and I need to talk to you because I need to take you up on that. I need help with this. Okay, how do I need you to probably help me with that one day with my hard drive. Thank you so much for letting me know. Take it to the Geek Squad. Fizzle, good point. Yeah, I'm learning as I go. Past walking in the creek and the dogs hitting on her shoes. Yeah, look, that's another good point. Thank you, Mama Bear. Run a malware byte scan on it. Okay, thank you, Mr. Tomato Head. All right, thank y'all. Empty the history and remove anything you don't need. Back up your pics on a hard drive. I've been doing that. Thank you for Cosmic Shy. I have done that. I actually got a I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like half for my iPhone, half for USB. It's iDisk, and it's like a bunch over. I think it's like over 600 gigs on there. So I've been trying to run that and do that. I'm learning. Okay, so let's play this real quick and let me. Okay, thank y'all. All right, let me play this real quick and we'll get to it. Just listen to it. I think that I presented it where it's understandable.
time he had to go outside because they were fighting. I don't know what they were fighting about. But mostly they fought a lot.
When they came there, what kind of vehicle did they come in?
She drove in a Subaru.
Subaru.
Yeah, I believe it got impounded and took it away.
So they
5 months or something behind. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
It was taken back for lack of payment.
All right, I'm just going to jump in here right with that. When was that ever said that car was impounded or taken away? Just wanted to ask that too. You know, both the individuals in these interviews are well versed with YouTube. I'm just going to put that on Front Street. There's no getting around that. A lot of them are well versed on YouTube. Not so much Dudley, because Dudley, at the end of this interview right here, tells Molly, Bullhorn Betty, and JLR that 3 days before Summer went missing, that Jose was on the property up there living in Grandma's camper, had just gotten out. Jose had just gotten out of jail, and Don and him had gotten in a fight because while Jose was in jail, Don did his stash. And it wasn't just mixing something up. Then JLR, Molly, and Bullhorn Bay said, "Wow, we've never heard that before." He said, "I'm surprised y'all haven't heard about this." It's not just... Pay attention, watch. When I say some people, you can watch certain people, okay? I'm going to show you. Watch his facial. And I have some information to share about him, by the way. Just give me a second.
Yes.
Was that the yellow Subaru?
Yellow Subaru.
No.
That was yellow. That was a red Subaru.
Red
There was a Subaru Outback.
Outback?
Huh?
Subaru Outback?
Not an Outback. It was a small little cross-track or something.
Cross-track, okay.
Yeah. It was a nice car. The day he fired me, he was driving it with tools in it. And everybody's making fun of him, like, "Don, why do you drove your wife's car to work?"
Robin's egg, how did Don tell him that? Why would Don tell him that 3 days before? That he didn't. I don't believe that. That's on that information. Now, Dudley does say in this interview, people need to go back to this interview. He said he knew Don Wells years prior because they worked on different drywall crews or different companies. He said they were competitors. Okay. But he said he had been working with Don Wells up to 2 months. He says, "I don't know where this 2 weeks, me working for him for 2 weeks. I worked with him for 2 months." And so, no, I don't believe that. Don't believe that. Hey, crowdsource elimination, how are you doing? Yeah, Don and Dudley didn't get along at all whatsoever. But I've got other information to share about that. I talked to somebody about Mr. Dudley. Let's actually hold on a second before we continue with this. Let me get my phone real quick, okay? Okay, so I talked to another employee today. I reached out. He works for Tucker Drywall. He is actually a Tucker. I'm not going to put his name out there. But I spoke to him. I reached out and just asked questions. I said, I just wanted to ask to get a feel for certain people, and got his opinion on Don Wells, got his opinion on Dudley Agent, got his opinion, because that's where we have to go. You want to go from out of, to other sort of people that he had worked with or was familiar with at different crews, things like that, to just get a feel. Dudley says in his interview he had quite a few haters that didn't like him. He even states a name in this interview. I'm working on all those clips, so I'll have them out soon because I'm going to show you guys some things that you might not have caught the first time. Okay. So I just asked this person, I said, "Hey, blank, my name is Cam. I wanted to ask you a few questions about Dudley Agent and see if things that are my opinion add up. Sorry for just asking you out of nowhere. And I know you don't know who I am, but I would greatly appreciate it." And he says, "You're fine." But this is how he first starts out. "You're fine, but I'm not sure if I know who you're talking about right off." I said, "Dudley Agent, he is who I'm talking about. He worked for Tucker Drywall with Don Wells." Because Dudley, had said that he had worked for Tucker Drywall quite a few times. "Oh, okay, I know now." Okay, he said, "But I really don't know a whole lot about him because he worked for a different subcontractor than us. Not really around him all that much." Listen to this, though. "But I'm sure if he's around Don, then it's probably trouble." I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's probably very accurate." I said, "LOL." Don pointed at him as being a possible suspect in Summer's disappearance. And he has since done a couple of interviews. But the thing, some things he said, I don't know if they really add up. He said, "No, it doesn't. And if I remember right, he worked with Don and he was pretty crazy out there. But other than that, I don't know much. It's just the little pieces that I'm trying to put together." Now, the reason I say this is because I didn't, I talked about it a little bit, but they said the reason Dudley didn't come out and do an interview, in the very beginning, it took him quite a few months till the beginning of this year to really do an interview. As they said, he was pretty out there on substances. He claims he doesn't do anything, but a lot of people say different. Look, it's not to hate on anybody at all, but also, it was said very early on that Dudley had cried to the owner of Tucker Drywall and said it was crying and said, "I got too close to that family." What was there? Now that's rumor. I don't know. In fact, I wasn't there. I didn't hear it. Then there's in Dudley's interview, he says there's a lot of people that hate on me, and Bullhorn Betty says, "Is there anybody you would like to name, just so it's on the record?" And he puts a name out there on the interview, and y'all can go hear it for yourself. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I'm reaching out. Like I said, good research is going and digging in places that most people don't want to, will overlook. I'm just trying to be thorough with every single thing. So this is another question, and a lot of hate comes from it. "Why aren't you talking about Don and Candace all the time?" Every 30 bazillion channels talked about Don and Candace every day for months and months and months. What more can I add besides what I've given y'all about things that I personally witnessed? That's all I can do. I can tell you what I saw, can tell you how we took it and my wife took it, but other than that, can't. So the other way to go is you get other people that are close to them, see what their opinions were, and how, like, maybe what was talked about on job sites, so on and so forth. Are you for real right now? Did you say, "Are you okay?" Seems like you're having something medical. I don't understand what you're talking about. apologize. Sorry, I'm lost. Play the rest of this interview real quick. All right, let me play this real quick.
Now, with that, that's the day before Summer was reported missing. Did he take that Subaru to work any other prior time? Was that day on the 14th? Was that before Summer was reported missing?
And everybody's making fun of him, like, Don, why are you driving your wife's car to work?
Now, with that, that's the day before Summer was reported missing. Did he take that Subaru to work any other prior time? Was that day on the 14th?
That day only. The only day I seen him, the day he fired me on a Monday.
Did he tell you why he was driving that car?
No, he didn't tell me why. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
I just thought it was odd because I've never seen it. I worked with him for 2 months. So somebody said 2 weeks. No, I worked with him for 2 months. For 2 weeks prior to this happening, I was begging Jesse to give me my own house and move me away from Don. The dude's crazy. There's something wrong with him. He's deliberately starting trouble. And, they didn't listen to him. Instead, they set me up for the kill.
So we're going to go back to this. It says, now listen to which we're going to go back to this, but this is my question too. So Dudley says that everything that he did, everything that Don said that he did was the opposite, that it was Don throwing mud in the floor, and that there's two different explanations. There's an interview with Sweetie Pilo that Dudley did, and then there's an interview that Dudley did with Molly Golightly and Bullhorn Betty and JLR. This is my problem. He's worked for Tucker Drywall before, right? He says he's so fast. Don was only doing this. And the reason Don got rid of him is because he was outworking him, right? Remember him saying that? Don's the boss. Don's the one who fired him. Who's Don's boss? Now, there's Richard Tucker and there's Jamie that he references. Why wouldn't Jamie have just gave Dudley his own crew if he's, that good? I've worked construction before. It's really not a one person show. It's a team effort. If you're on a crew, it's how the crew works, is how effective and efficient and how quick you complete jobs, right? It's how a crew, a team, a group working in tandem with each other that get along good, right? It's not one person going and finishing this and finishing that. And Don's how old? He's done this for years. Dudley says these are big things. People are like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Because if somebody will lie about something like that, if somebody will say something as little as about working or dropping mud on the floor or this or that, or turn it around. We know Don Wells. Well, I know this. I tried to tell people this, but people sometimes don't listen. Don Wells likes cocaine and smoke crack. That's his drug of choice. A lot of people that have a certain addiction will call other people like a meth head and things like that because it makes them feel better about themselves to say, well, he's Don Wells, an example. He would say everybody else is on meth because it makes him feel better because he does cocaine or is a crackhead, or you know what I'm saying? Dudley even calls him a crackhead in an interview before and then changes it to meth head. That a lot of people make that's, I hope you get what I'm saying. Like, it's somebody say if somebody does prescription pills and they snort them. If somebody is an IV drug user, then they say, well, I do this, but at least I don't do that. that kind of principle. I don't know. And there's just a lot of things in his interview that it sounds like Dudley's talking about the 15th, but he was fired on a Monday. He says a Monday, but a lot of the things that he says is things that happened on the 15th of June. Like he was on and he wouldn't have known certain things unless he was on the job site. These are the things I kind of have issues with that made me raise an eyebrow. I've seen a lot of people in my life, and I've been locked up around a lot of convicts, and a lot of people have done bad things, and a lot of people that are the best BSers on earth. And you're able to see through some certain things. Now, like I said, just watch his demeanor. It might come off as very genuine, but in this same interview, if you watch the whole thing, he says, my wife didn't believe me about all this stuff at first. She didn't even say anything. He's like, because every day there's reasons that people will say certain things like that. I digress.
Did I see who?
Don and Candace. Did you see?
Oh, okay, yeah. Did I see who?
Don and Candace.
They didn't listen to me. Instead, they set me up for the kill.
Did I see who?
Don and Candace. Did you see?
Oh, okay, yeah. I got there on the 14th of June in 19 and 20 and 21. I got there right before 4 o'clock. And guess who the first person that comes by in a white Sonoma pickup is?
White Sonoma.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Don.
Yep.
He comes by. And he asked me, what am I doing? And I explained that I just bought the property. I showed him my plat. We have a short discussion. I tell him I'm a veteran. He said, thanks for my service and everything. It's a real short discussion, and then he goes on. But I told this to Chris Cobalt. I've been talking to Chris Cobalt, and it seemed to me
That's the Chris. If you're not familiar, Chris Cobalt is the private investigator. Now this part right here he's getting ready to talk about is Dudley does say that Don was on the 14th was sitting on the bathtub when he came into work on the house they were working on and looked distraught. I said he looked like he had lost his best friend. Then Dudley said that, and now Dobbs will say right here that when he talked to him, it looked like Don had a 1,000-yard or 1,000-mile stare or something. I don't remember verbatim what he said. So we are spiritual beings, correct? Dudley's yellow vehicle was parked in the driveway on the video with Summer dancing out in the rain with the red barrel and all that. That is Dudley's Nissan Xterra behind there. People are very mixed up thinking that that's the day of the 14th of June. That's not. That was maybe, I don't know exactly the date of that video offhand, off the top of my head. But Dudley had went up there to carpool with Don to jobs that were farther away because Dudley's vehicle didn't run well. He had a lot of issues with it. So there's that. But I think a lot of people got it twisted because when Chris M talked to Don, I don't know if Chris M was trying to twist Don up to see what he would say, but he said, is that the same day? So you were, he kind of tries to throw it, twist Don up by saying, is that the day of the 15th or the 14th? That's not that day in that picture, that video, that was taken of Summer was quite a bit before she went missing. Okay. I think that's all I got right there. Let me clear this off. We'll keep playing this.
Had something on his mind.
And this was the day before?
Yeah, the day before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seemed like he had something on his mind. You ever see a man have like 1,000 mile stare?
Yeah.
That's what he seemed like. He might have just been doing some good drugs. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on. The first time I ever met him live, all time I ever spoke to him. He goes on down toward the end of Beach Creek. He goes that way.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he alerts Andy Bernard that I'm on my property.
Okay. So let me find the next video we're going to play real quick. I tried to put that together just to show you the different vehicles that was said. Now, like I said at the beginning of this, if Don takes his lunch at 3:30 or 3:30, Dudley says that Don fired him after lunch. If what Jackie Dobbs says, and he indeed did show up to Ben Hill Road about 4 o'clock in the evening, that's, how can Don Wells be driving both vehicles at the exact same time on the 14th? That was the question I had. Okay. I think that's very valid. I think that's good to understand, because like I said, if people are not going to be 100 about little things, then what possibly could be, what would they tell you about something big? That's my question. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it was stressful having to work with Della. We don't know how the dynamics were with them working together. Let's see here. What's up? Don't forget the drummer. How you doing? Thank you, Paula McCann. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna do the next video that I put out last night, because I don't know if a lot of people have seen this. Like I said, these short reference videos, I think they're good to have. There's a lot of information you can get, and you can reference them very quickly. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, let me get this pulled back here so I can share the screen for this one. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Okay. Oh, thank you, Realification. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. Would Candace have driven the Sonoma? Maybe a lunchtime car swap the 14th. She drove her mother's truck. That's what they traveled around in, as far as I know. Now, on the 15th, that's kind of why Don says on the 15th, when they ask him why he was driving the red Subaru, he says, it's just sitting out there. We're paying a $600 a month payment on the vehicle. I wanted to use it. That was his statement. Now, if that was the real reason or not, I don't know. But that's what he said. Now, is it possible? I don't know if he said he was driving it, just the day of the 15th or the week before. I think I don't quote me. I can't remember. Did he not say that he was driving it for quite a few days leading up to the 15th? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I can't remember for sure. Okay, this is a good point while we're talking about the vehicle situation. Hey, Debbie Howard. Yes, that's very true, Blue Moon. She did. I'm not trying to bounce around, but when I see these, I kind of try to answer them. So we're going to talk about the red truck in the ditch. That's a whole different day. That happened in August. I actually have the screenshots and pictures of that. And I will show those. We'll get to that. Okay. And Candace did say she didn't like the way that Dudley looked at Summer. People need to remember that. There's only 2 or 3 people that Candace personally pointed the finger at. One was Sherry, Allie's mom, Dudley, and I don't know if there was another one. She said she didn't like the way that Dudley looked at Summer. That was one. And then she said, I can't help but to think that Summer is locked in Sherry's basement. That was 2. Okay. Now, yeah, the red truck wrecking at the bottom of the hill, people really got confused. Is that being the red truck that TBI was looking for? No. Don talked about that at a different point in time. That was in August when that happened. And a truck had wrecked in a 4-wheeler, I think, fell out of the bed of the truck. And the woman that was in the passenger seat was very messed up on something, he said. Okay. Jisoo, yeah, that's right. Sage flu. Okay. If the camera showed Candace leaving several times, why can't they see what car Dawn was driving? Now, it's not been specified. It's not ever been told for sure if the camera picked up Candace leaving multiple times or not. That's another rumor. Okay, now there is a house out there with a Ring camera, doorbell camera that possibly caught either the red Toyota Tacoma or something. That's all been law enforcement has never verified that. What they said was that the red truck was seen by somebody who drives that route as a job, as a career. They drive that route, and that Sheriff Lawson said that deputies and people in his department knew the person that saw it very well. Okay. Thank you. Absolutely correct about the red truck. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pamela. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Let me see here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay caught up with you. I'm trying to be more engaged with the chat and still stay on topic. I'm bad about that. Okay. Yeah, it's true. And look, remember this very big statement by law enforcement when Detective Pruitt does his interview with WJHL. It's a 3-part interview. I did a whole live about every 3-part. I did all a live, and showed them live the interviews live in real time when they were put on WJHL. Pruitt says we've been through all the cell phone data, all the GPS data, all that stuff, and we found nothing there. And there's nothing. That's what he says. Now, whether that's a tactic or whatever, but that's what he says in that WJHL interview. We found nothing. Or there is nothing. Remember that, okay? So, oh, thank you. Who said what? Okay, let me pull this next one up before I forget where I'm going here. Thank y'all, man. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. Okay. And pull this up here. Let me mute myself.
The local police?
No, on the way home on the 16th, Andy Bernard called me, and that's what the tone in his voice is real menacing when he called me. And he told me he give me the TBI's number, so I called the TBI before I left Tennessee.
Hold on.
And they didn't say not to leave Tennessee.
Let's go back and listen to that real quick. Okay? Let's go back and listen to what was just said real quick.
On the 16th, Andy Bernard called me, and that's what the tone in his voice is real menacing when he called me. And he told me he give me the TBI's number, so I called the TBI. Before I left Tennessee, I called them, and they didn't say not to leave Tennessee. So, and I didn't have a place to stay in Tennessee, so I went back down to Cleveland and tried to stay with the wife for a few more days, and then she got tired of me, and I went to stay with my sister, and so here I am now, here in beautiful LJ with my son.
Okay, so the police never even talked to you.
I didn't, Mr. Tomato Head. It wasn't trying to be a long intro. It was saying a lot of stuff there. I just said, guess what? More questions that we don't get answers to. That's what I was just trying to say. I said, is your mind blown because of more questions? I said, of course not. I just didn't feel like recording myself anymore. I was just trying to do that. Anyway, so this is where my questions begin here. Okay, and I'll go back to that. But why did Andy need to call Jackie Dobbs to tell him to get in touch with the TBI or give him the number of the TBI on the 16th, mind you? Why? Why does he have Jackie's number again? I covered that at the very beginning. Then that, and don't forget this. When Andy was asked about going and looking, if Jody Sue was being truthful about going and looking for Dobbs on the 14th on the other properties and things, Andy Bernard confirmed that. He said, yeah, we did do that. He said, yeah, we did. So he's saying that they did do that, but that yet they have his number. Why not call? They also told him a motel to go stay at in Baileyton. You'll hear that on here. But my main points and questions are at the end of this video right here. And that's what I want to get at. Also, he says they didn't, okay, pay close attention to this. Me and Allie caught on this last night. He said, I was on my way. I was on the road when Andy called and calls me real menacing. I don't know where he was going with that. But he says, so I called TBI before I got out of the state of Tennessee. They didn't tell me I couldn't leave the state of Tennessee. Now, y'all stay tuned, because I called the establishment that we're talking about here in just a minute, and I have that recording too. And I'm going to let you know what was said there. Okay, so, dude, I don't like that one. Let's do, there we go. That's better. Okay.
No, the local Hawkins County, no. Except they talked to me about the land dispute.
Oh, okay, but
Yeah, they were there, you know.
yeah.
See what? Yeah. No, the local Hawkins County, no, sister, and so here I am now, here in beautiful LJ with my son.
Okay, so the police never even talked to you.
No, the local Hawkins County, no. Except they talked to me about the land dispute.
Oh, okay, but
yeah, they were there, you know.
Yeah.
See what? Yeah.
Now did
I talked to FBI. The FBI sent two guys to see me, Agent Collins and Agent Murphy.
Uh-huh.
And Agent Collins asked the questions, and Murphy watched me like a hawk. body language, and he was there to read my body language.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was an issue that people had at the very beginning when Dobbs was on his Facebook before he made it private. He said a couple different things about if law enforcement had spoke to him in the very beginning, and that's on that video that we did. But other video we did very, very early on, months ago. I think it's one of the first videos we did. But he changes. He says, FBI talked to me one time. I talked to TBI on the phone, and then I think he says something different at one point. Dobbs can be 100% innocent of everything. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. Never once has come out of my mouth. I'm just saying he didn't do himself any favors in the beginning with some of the ways that he changed his posts. He would go in and edit them after people called out certain things, and it didn't look too good. But also, I know it's probably pretty nerve-wracking to be people coming at you like that because Jody Sue threw him, in my opinion, out there to the wolves, right? So, shit, man, this is just, I mean, it's so confusing, and it's so, it's when you have conflicting everything, every single person doesn't mean they're a bad person. I don't know the reason, but every single person involved in this, the parents, everybody, it's always something that is said that's conflicting or don't match up with this or don't match up with that. I understand law enforcement is having a hard time, but also remember this. He says local law enforcement didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to TBI till when? The 16th, when Andy called him. But yet law enforcement was out there dealing with the dispute with him and the Bernards, had his information. Then the next day, a child goes missing in that same area. Yet local law enforcement, nothing go and speak to him at the roadway inn or call him or try to track him down on the 15th. And then Andy has to call him to tell him to get in touch with TBI. That's what things that don't make sense, that don't compute with me. Right? I mean, I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm just a crazy person, that I'm the only one that might feel this way. I don't know. But like I said, it's not to impress. I'm done. I'm not people pleasing nobody. If I have questions about something, I'm asking them. I'm going to bring it up. Regardless of who this person is or their status is or this or that, Summer Wells deserves everything and everybody to be looked into. Best believe I've had things said about me. My wife's had things said about her. It hurt my feelings. Yes, it did. But I mean, damn, look into me if you feel like you need to. Look into me. Why because somebody says something mean that they don't have to answer questions, or they don't because people like them? That's popular opinion, so they don't have to. They don't need to answer that. What? Don't pull a Jody Sue now. Don't pull. Y'all are YouTube. I don't have to explain anything. Well, let me tell you this. well, she don't like Jody Loaf, does she? I don't know. I'm not even gonna call her what I was gonna call her. Old bloaty poo is what I was calling her the other day. That's her tactics. Yeah, well, let me tell you there, old bloaty poo. You brought it to YouTube. You brought it to Facebook first. Nobody dragged you out there and said, "Oh, you know, please, please, please give everything to us that you know." But yet you run a narrative, and then when people ask you because it's conflicting, you say that you don't owe anybody an explanation. Well, then you shut down your damn channel and go sit in your camper and talk to law enforcement about all your puzzle pieces that you have the last matching piece. And if B100, I think if they were 100, J. Sue was 100 with law enforcement from the get-go about everything. Look, say what you know, do as you say as you do, say what you know, and be done with it. The truth is the truth. Quit sitting on your channel saying everybody's attacking you and stalking you. Oh, poor Jody Sue. Nobody's doing nothing to you. You brought that. When people are coming against you now, it's because you brought it on yourself. Facts. Good. She ain't blocked here. I can't even comment in her chat. Oh, Jody Sue. She blocked me in the get-go. She's free to talk. She can come up on panel, answer questions if you want, Jody Sue. But you ain't got the balls to do that. That's right, Scott H. All right. Do these questions right here real quick. Talk about that. And then I'm going to play the call I made. Dude, I get irritated. With this. John Davis, True Crime says she blocked me quick too. Yeah. Victimization, Jody Sue Fair. Well, nobody victimized her. Woman, quit acting like you're so important and you're so special in this. Yes, you've been dealt a shitty hand in life. So have I. So has a lot of people. Get over yourself. It's more narcissistic to see. You call everybody else a narcissist, but you sit over there and whine and cry that it's all about you. It's about a missing child that lived across from you. And if you cared as much as you claim to, you wouldn't have come out from the get-go and said that the parents didn't have nothing to do with it and that Summer was loved and well taken care of, and then flip the script like you had all this prior information and then come out and say what you said about sedating or whatever. Woman, get real. Tell the truth. Did the dogs really alert on your feet? Because if they did, that's a damn problem. Why is the scent on you? Because that's the scent they're following. It's Summers, right? Get real. And then you say everybody knows down here if when somebody goes missing, like it's a common thing. What do you mean everybody knows? That you get in the creek and for real? I'm gonna give you the eye. For real. You really think that? You think people, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have it full screen so you could see it, Jody. So, for real. Okay. Look, I don't know about anybody else in here, and if anybody else has had a background, she's been in trouble. Jody's been in trouble before. If I was to ever come out and say scent dogs alerted on my feet while searching the scent for a missing 5-year-old, I would be under the jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That's truth right there. Wow. And they say that we're stalking you and we have people out looking, following you and stuff. Woman, you ain't that special. I've got a prettier woman I can sit here and look at all day than have to even look at you or glance at you. I couldn't even listen to your first interview because it was so, who knows half the stuff you talk about. And then you go on there and claim that what is her new thing now? That when people call her out on things from months ago in her own words, saying that her property wasn't searched fully, that she was baiting people way back then. Woman, you're calculated, but you ain't that calculated, because just now, because now people are saying you're a calculated woman and that you are running narratives. Don't try to embrace it and go a step further and try to spice it up and say that you're baiting people for months ago. You got caught. Own up to it. Dude, if I had the emoji right now, if I had the oh, dude, I was straight that's what I'm saying. Be tough, be real. You know what makes people more important, and people that are just straight up, regardless of how it makes them look. If they did it, they said they did it. My dad said that to me all growing up. Do as you say and say as you do. If you live by that, you won't have issues. Right? Then you don't have to sit and worry about what did I say back then that I have to keep up this storyline while I'm still living my real life, but running this false narrative over here and then have another one over here. You don't have to run and have all this, thinking about what you said then and what you meant there and what you did on that day and what you did on that day, but what you also said to that person you did, which was different than that day, if that makes sense. Dude, I ain't got that much time and energy to sit and do that. And honestly, Joey Sue, I think that you're covering up for something way, way bigger. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm sorry. I was wrong. But you've painted yourself to look like this. Nobody else has. End of rant. Okay. Let me pull this back up. Ooh, I don't like that one either. Okay, I'll do this. No, I actually might do this one. Right here. Now, I don't know if y'all can read that, though. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Sticky. I'll get to your comment, too, right after this. If the dogs had hit on her feet, their handlers would have proceeded with whatever they do when their dogs hit on something. True. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And we had a dog, a search and rescue dog handler from Alabama, Adrian Hawkins. She was in here earlier, say that if her dog alerted on somebody, they'd have loaded her dog up and went to the sheriff and said, there's your person right there. But then, who knows what happened. Jody Sue also says she wanted to take her dogs for a walk while an active search was happening with canines. Who does that? Let's go down here and throw a distraction out there. Those are in her text messages. In my opinion, that's premeditated to mess up an active search for a missing child. You're going to go take your dogs on a walk and then let your dogs fight, or because search and rescue dogs are trained to not be distracted and do their job. But if a dog attacks it, I'm sure it's going to, defend itself. I don't know. Sticky, she said, wow, my dad used to say, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, my dad said that too. But he also said, do as you say and say as you do too. My dad also used to say, when I would question him, this is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. And you will listen to me, boy. That's what my dad used to say. All right. So I'm going to have to hurry because an hour and 20 minutes, I got to be on John Davis True Crime. I bet you Jody Sue I bet you she won't show this clip of me talking to her just now. I dare to show that clip and argue what I just said to you and see if you can. Can't argue the truth. And I'm sorry when you tried to put my record out the other day that it didn't take off like wildfire like you thought it was going to. Because when I first came out on YouTube, Jody Sue, I was very transparent. I said, this is my record. I went over it multiple times from the first week I came on YouTube. Why? Because I don't want to have anything to hide. I can show it all. It's out there. Good for you. But one thing that is true and still stands is Squall Tick called Hawkins County and asked if Jody Sue had been cleared. They said everyone is still a suspect. Immediately. Jody Sue, you're a suspect. Quit trying to get backed in the corner and point the finger. Okay. John Davis, True Crime, Jackie P. Okay. Oh, Angel talks. I wish you'd have been in here from the beginning. I've went over a lot. I got a little pep in my step today, man. I don't care. John QQ, what's up, man? Sorry, I'm sorry. What'd you have to ask, buddy? What'd you say? What's your comment? Let me find it, man. My bad. I ain't trying to ignore nobody. American True Crime, I'll answer that while I'm finding it. He said, Jackie Dobbs said that he arrived at 4 p.m. on Ben Hill Road on June 14th, 2021. And then says the first person he saw come up to him was asking him what he was doing was Don Wells in the white Sonoma. Till it's clarified. I mean, I'm guessing that happened in tandem because the reports of him being, I think when he left the property on June 14th wasn't very far after the time he arrived. The time he says he arrived, I had heard he'd been camping quite a few days. Let me see where's John QQ's comment? Sorry, dude. I'm trying to find it. You might have to type it again and I'll see what you said, buddy. Does anybody know what he asked or what he said? Tink my bell, that's awesome. That's great. It's great news. Okay, let me see what you said before I move on. And I'll be watching very closely. I'm very bad about that. That's why sometimes on lives I don't pay attention to chat because I just can't do it. I can't focus on two things. I got ADHD like to the max. Anyway, so these recap questions, I'm going to pay attention to this. But one I just said from this on this. Now I have that whole interview recorded. These I'm going to put these out in small reference videos. But on this one, this is what I have. Number one, why did Andy Bernard have your phone number, Mr. Dobbs, but backed up Jody Sue's statement regarding them going and searching in the hollows and other properties owned by Andy's mother, along with motels in the area, when all Andy had to do was call you and ask your location due to him having your phone number? Okay. No, I haven't yet, John. No, I haven't. I've got another one. Dude, I called and did a recording today. I got you, homie. Don't worry. 2, why did Andy call Dobbs on the 16th of June to tell Dobbs to call the TBI? Why did Andy feel the need to be the messenger for the TBI? And another one, why didn't Hawkins County go speak to him on the 15th, seeing as he is a new person to the area, just seeing his property. There's a dispute. He's angry about something. Two parties are mad right across the road from where a child went missing the very next day on the 15th, right? Where's dude? I guess John QQ left. I don't know. 3. Why did Dobbs buy the property on Ben Hill Road? Where did he hear about the property, or did Dobbs know anyone local? How long has Dobbs been coming to the area? Valid questions in this one, okay? That's just what I have. Now. So Jackie Dobbs is 70 years old. Now I want to make this point very clear too. I have spoke to people that spoke to him very early on that's running an opposite, or running an how do I say this? Running in a okay, so PI is running an investigation beside law enforcement as well, I guess, and but they also have to send everything they have to law enforcement. I don't know how to explain that. I know what I'm trying to say. I just can't say it. But they had spoke to Dobbs early on. The breathing stuff was not a thing. Now, he had people said he was too elderly to have carried a child, done anything like that. I'm not saying he's guilty or did any of that, but he does state out of his own mouth that he was up walking up and down that steep ridge. If you've seen it, cutting trees down with a chainsaw. If you run a steel chainsaw, a big chainsaw, they're heavy and it's quite a bit of work. Now, I'm just saying what I heard. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that's 100%. So don't twist my words. I'm just saying what I heard. And I'm saying, and let me make this very clear. I went over and said, hey, Jackie, if we've ever done anything on this channel to cause you any distress or problems, I will apologize from the bottom of my heart. We now know, and this has just been here recently, I said, we now know that Jody Sue threw you under the bus and then backed away. It was very, very big. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Music City Mom. Yes, John Q. That's true. He says, thank you, Music City Mom. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, Indiana girl. Thank y'all. Sorry, I didn't hear the text sooner. Since Jackie, I said, hi, Cam, the muscle. Since Jackie left his property on June 16th and hasn't returned since, he should give LE full permission to search his property, since he believes Andy was looking for him to plant evidence. Good point. Now, I don't know if he did. I don't know the specifics to if he gave permission to them. I'm sure he did. I don't know. But I agree. Yeah, I just read it. I just read his question. Did he add anything else to it? Okay, good. All right, let's see. Sorry, I just wanted to see if I added anything else in that video. I did not. Okay, so we're done with that one. Okay, now for the big shebang. Okay, here's what I got for you. Now, the first time I called the roadway in today, and I asked about their cameras and their surveillance and things, because Jackie said that the roadway in had a lot of cameras, correct? So when we had went out there, we were very brief being there because I got a bad vibe in that parking lot out of everywhere I've been. That place was like, I was like, I don't want to be here. I didn't remember seeing multiple cameras, but it didn't mean there wasn't. Jackie talks on the interview with Don B about there being a lot of cameras out there. So I called on the first time I called, the guy is I think he is from India, Middle East, somewhere in the Middle East. He doesn't speak very good English. I was having to spell the guy's name out, Jackie's name out, and I said, basically, I was just asking, hey, do you have good surveillance there? And and he didn't understand a lot. Well, I dropped my phone and it hit the pound key and it stopped the recording on that after I done record it. But dude hung up on me. Now, before that, I got the second part of this recording when I call back, and you'll hear that. But on the first part, he says, they delete the recordings after 7 days at that motel. So Summer goes missing on the 15th. TBI talks to him on the 16th. Wait till you hear what this guy says there. Just didn't add up. And then I've got another point I'm gonna throw in here that maybe people that haven't thought about. Okay, let me pull this video up. Give it a second. It's almost there.
Roadway Inn in Churchill, Tennessee. If you know your party's 3-digit room number, you may dial it at any time. For a front desk, please dial 0. Thank you.
Please hold. There may be a silence while your call is transferred.
Hello, Roadway. Can I help you?
Yes, did we get disconnected or did you hang up?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You did hang up. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to bother. You're just trying to ask. It's good for your business that you say you have cameras. That's why I was asking.
No, I got a camera, sir. Long time,
Right, and that's a good thing. That's great. That's what I was asking about. I wasn't trying to.
I don't know who give you rumor. I don't have any cameras,
Oh no, that wasn't it. Jackie himself, the man who stayed there, said that you did have cameras.
No, he's lying.
Right. Well, he said you did, not that you did not. He said you did have camera, and I was just verifying it.
Okay, sir. I'm call another call. I'm holding him. Maybe. Can you call
I
me
just had
later,
one more. All I was going to ask is if law enforcement came and got that footage, and that's all I had.
Sorry?
I just wanted to ask if law enforcement ever came and got that footage.
You looking footage?
Yeah, did the police come and get the footage from that day?
I didn't know, sir. I didn't remember. It's a 1 year, so
okay.
Maybe he took it, whatever,
All right. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry to bother you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's been 1 year and you don't remember if the police came and got the footage from there, and it gets re-recorded over after 7 days. So I backed up what he said, what Dobbs said. I made it very prevalent. I said, nobody's saying that you don't have cameras. I'm verifying. I said, it's a good thing that you do, right? I don't know. So, okay. So here's this. Again, disclaimer. I am not saying anything that anybody is guilty of anything before anybody's emotions get fired up and taken out. Look, if I'm going to question everything, and until it's said otherwise or shown or proven other, I'm going to question everything. Has to be. So in that interview with Jackie Dobbs on Don B, he says on the 15th, he actually clarifies that at 4:00 p.m. on the 15th of June, the day Summer disappeared, that he left the Roadway Inn to go get beer at a marathon. Now for the biscuit one, I think he had to go to he said an Eastern marathon, and then he says the Western or North, another direction marathon. But he said he left at 4:00 to go get beer at the marathon. Okay. I hope that everything was looked into, because then you have 4:00, right? I'm just saying, you have somebody leaving at 4:00. I showed how long it takes to get from Churchill, Tennessee to Beach Creek. That's about a 25-minute drive. So that then, so you'd be like 25 minutes, 5. I'm just saying it's not out of the realm of possibilities. And I'm just saying there's right there is people say that they can't see how it would fit. Well, they're self-admitted you left the hotel at 4:00. Now, whether the cameras have you at the Roadway Inn coming in and out, now that can prove or disprove it. Now, if law enforcement has that, that's there. I'm just saying that is possibility. That can fit. I'm not saying it is what happened. I'm not saying it's not what happened. I'm just saying, here, we're going to bring out every possibility, everything that we have information that we can bring out. Yeah, again, and this is what people are going to come in the comments, and I know the lurkers and shade throwers are waiting. You're not the police. You can't. I never said I was the police, but I did say that we made a promise this summer we would look into everything. And who are you to make a promise? And before it gets twisted, not a promise personally. We made a promise when we started looking into this case that we would look into everything. We would not stop and we would not give up. But who are you to make a promise? We're not shit, but I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to look into everything. I'm not going to give up. Mic check, mic drop. And guess what? I didn't knock my own self out of my own live this time. If I could take my mic out right now, I would. Okay. That's all I got to say. Okay. How dare you, Cam? LOL. Yeah, that's true too. Look, hey, boom! St. Elmo's fire coming back with the mic drop. But then we have Detective Pruitt, lead investigator for Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, saying we looked into all the GPS data, all that, cell phone data, etc., and there's nothing. So maybe it all does fit. I'm just saying there's something else. Good point, right? Look, people need to, I didn't see that. Where's camera footage from 125 Ben Hill? Oh yeah, but Jody Sue conveniently says that the cameras, the SD cards were removed or some bullshit. So mic drop and the screen goes dark black. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right, Empress Nero. Okay. So I got just a few minutes to do this. And look, I did jump on the bandwagon. Genius. Dolly Vision for having a call-in line. I put one together and got one too. Why? Because some people don't like to show their face and get up on a panel. So I did a call-in number. It's a good idea. Good job for the people that came out with it. I will gladly say I'm jumping on the bandwagon and appreciate you for the idea, because I would like to use it, because I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want you guys to be part of the discussion. So, that's what I'm going to do right now. So let me pull that up for you. And I'm going to give you the number, and I want to see what some of y'all have to say. St. Elmo's Fire, thank you so much. Lady R20 says, cracking cases. If you answer this for me, please, I'll drop it. But who is Detective Sumi, and what do you think about his Monte Carlo being near the shed that day? Okay. Detective Sumi actually drives a red truck with ladder racks on it. He works for Kingsport Police Department. There's a picture that was taken early on of his truck. It's not a Tacoma, though, but it is a red older model truck. I think it might have been an older S10 or a Ford F-150. I'm not sure, but it had ladder racks and had bucket. There was a picture taken of it. Not to be confused with a Brandon Sumi, who is an RSO out of Kingsport. I don't know if they're related. Maybe. I don't know. Sumi does have a record, though. Detective Sumi or Officer Sumi. I don't know his rank in Kingsport Police Department, but that's all I know there. Now, the Monte Carlo is supposed to be belonging to Tony Hammonds. That's where that's the guy who allegedly tried to attempt to abduct a 12-year-old boy in Kingsport. Okay, so let me get this number pulled up for y'all. Give me just a second. If I can even freaking remember it. Oh, there it is. Oh, actually did something right. There we go. And let me remove that from studio. Let me throw this up here for y'all. And there it is, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you would like to call in for the first time here, please do. I'd like to hear from you. We'll see what we can talk about. We'll answer some questions. I've only got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before I got to prepare for John Davis True Crime. So we'll do that. Hold on one second. Yeah, y'all go ahead and call in if you'd like to. There's the number right there, 202-455-4437. If not, that's cool. We don't have to do it. No, there's not a pool at that motel. Okay, let's see. Is it on? It should be. I don't know. And if not, you don't got to call. Not begging nobody to do nothing. Let me see. Make sure everything's good to where it's going to ring in my settings. I think so. Let me just look at the chat till then. Who's going to be the first? Somebody be the first. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No, he didn't know. He said that he has. That was that's a very good point. But he said that he has lots of cameras there. He on the. All right, check this out. So let me answer this real quick.
Call from.
Whoa, hello. How are you doing? Thank you for calling. Your first caller.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What?
To accept, press 1. To send.
Might have to try it again. I don't know what happened. I'm learning too. I think I got it hooked up right. Try again if you have to. I'll try to answer it faster. Okay. It's freaking ringing on my phone too. Call back if that was you. I just didn't answer it in time. Well, somebody left a voicemail. I didn't know that I had voicemail turned on. Have to turn that off. Press 1, Cam. Why do I gotta press 1? Y'all ain't gonna troll. There we go. We'll try it now. Let me see if I can do it now. I'll do my best here.
Call from Jelly Bean.
Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send.
There we go. Hello. Thank you.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good. Hi.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm learning. Y'all have to bear with me.
Oh my. Oh my. This is the first time I've done this.
Can everybody hear in the
Jelly.
chat? Let me see if everybody can hear you. Make sure I've got that set up at least. Can y'all hear? Hit a 1 if you can. Dude, it's missing calls. I must have people calling at the same time. I got to fix these settings. You can go ahead and say what you was wanting to. Yeah.
I was just calling because nobody seems to be catching something that Jackie Dobbs said about the dates he was there. After he says he was there on the 14th, he also says he was there the 19th, 20th, and 21st. Now, some people in chat think that he's talking about the year, but that's not how I took it.
Okay.
Can you go back and listen to that?
Yeah, I can. What he says is the date that I was there, he said was June 14th of the year of 20 and 21.
He says 19.
Okay, yeah. I think that I will go back and listen to it. Sorry,
Okay.
my cell phone is blowing up, which is rare.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you for calling. Do you have anything else you wanted to say?
Nope, that's it. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
FaceTime audio.
Dang, son. I can't answer. Hold on 1 second. I have. There we go.
Call from Kara.
There we go.
All right. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Who am I talking to?
Good. It's Kara, Cam.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just wanting to order a pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah. What can I get you on that?
Well, gluten free. I wanted to just ask you actually about a couple lives ago. I was really interested in it. I'm interested in all of them, but you were talking specifically about the church that's down by Frank Lakes.
Yeah, the House of Prayer.
Yeah, that's the one. And I was anticipating to be continued, and I didn't see it. I'm wondering if perchance I missed it, or if you're going to be doing one.
Okay, so Scott H had done a live about. I had told him about the situation where Frank Light had been behind it was seen or was staying at the trailer right behind the House of Prayer, and when Nita Diver went out there to search the ponds out there, that area, that they had an altercation with him. But so what were you asking as far as the House of Prayer again, if I missed it?
Well, just if you're going to be talking about basically, to put it right out there, I'm curious about how you get from Ben Hill to that church without having to actually take the pavement.
Oh yeah, you can cut right through that. So where JLR had went with Brandon back through there on that one, that you can get right through there.
Yeah, and I was hoping, I'm aware of it, Cam, but I was hoping that you could kind of put it up on the screen and show everybody how it can be done.
Yeah,
how that is. A lot of us get the impression that it's such a vast area. However, when like cracking cases, or pardon me, sorry, that's you. when she was with you, Chasey, when she was there, she was explaining, and I'm familiar with how, it's hilly. So it appears on a map that it's far and wide, but it's really not. Like, everything is right together, closer than a lot of us appear.
It's
to
very
imagine, right?
it's very mountainous, and it's very like it's in certain areas, and it's very thick with brush, and it's just hard to get through certain areas, but it is manageable. I mean, you can get up in there, but it is hard terrain unless there's cut out paths or whatnot. But we saw in JLR's video, and I've tried to show some things too, that there's a lot of paths and trails back there.
Yeah,
A lot.
And I just wanted to hear someone that knows about it speak more on what is that church all about? Who goes to it? Who might be a deacon there, perhaps,
Okay.
or even an honorary deacon,
So-
if you know what I mean, and that kind of stuff. I was just hoping that some of that would be discussed on YouTube.
I'll do that. Yeah.
And somehow Angel doesn't want to do that for me, so I will go right to you.
Well, this is what I can tell you. So I might try to do one better. I might go out there and walk it again myself and show everybody. But
Excellent. I'll fly down.
yeah, I'll go out there and I will, we'll go step by step. And if I could go live out there, it's so hard. I don't know how Chasing did it.
Yeah.
But if I could, I will record it, and I've got some good film equipment now to be able to get it very well, and then I can show it on maps. But I will tell you this about the House of Prayer. I was told very early on that Don Wells said that the pastor of that church owed him money for cocaine, or owed him. So that's how that is.
Oh, there's another tick to the bottom of my list.
There it is. Yeah, there's that.
That's where Mr. Crawford had his services. Was at that church, I believe, in the spring.
So that might be who Don was talking about.
And I found it odd because I believe the Crawfords have their own cemetery, whereas he was buried in the Light Cemetery. So that was interesting to me.
Okay.
Sidebar, right?
Right.
There's been quite a few things that I've noticed about that. So when you started talking about it, my ears really perked up. A few people in chat, I noticed their ears perking up also, and I just thought that there's so much that you could bring to light on that, and squash some of the rumors, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if nothing else, educate people that this kind of stuff goes on. Like it's how different our rural churches can be.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian. I'm Rocky Mountains rural.
Yeah.
So I understand the Rocky Mountains. I understand the forest, that type of thing. But of course, it's still not East Tennessee. So it's something that I'd love to hear you talk more about. And I think I've taken up a lot of your time here.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll say something off what you're talking about. So what we have a lot around here is there's different sectors, kind of, or sects off SECT off of the Pentecostal faith. You have Pentecostal holiness. You have like the snake handling church in Jolo, West Virginia. That's not maybe an hour to 2 hours away from Hawkins County. They are a sect off of
Really?
Pentecostal, and they believe that if their faith is strong enough, that snake won't bite them. And they do. You can see all sorts of. I've actually went and tried to go to a service because I wanted to see what that was all about, just out of curiosity.
Good for you. I've read about it, but I don't know as much as you do.
I want to. I'm bad about. Well, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but I want to know things and experience so I have my own understanding. That's why I guess I've always been like that. So when we came into doing this, I try to go. I sometimes might dig deeper than what I should, but it's that, you know, good research is going in, digging into things that other people don't want to or think is a waste of time, or, you know, because there might not be something there, but there possibly could be. So
Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to say right now because I don't think you probably want me to until, you know, it's okay to say. I don't have a channel, as I'd be closed down by now. But it's something that I'd love for you and Allie to go through. You know, I've talked to Angel about some of this, and I know that the three of you talk. And maybe you can convince her to even get on it with you and talk to you about it, because I've been in her ear lots.
okay.
So it's you know who you're talking to, probably not that Canadian girl.
Yeah, I know. I got
not that one.
Oh yeah, old Canadian girl, man. Shoot, I know her. She's a different. I know who that is.
I was so worried that I did not want you to think that
No,
I was her.
no.
Kevin's pretty big.
Dude, she would have came on and immediately started cussing me. That's how that would go. So
Well, I thought about doing that, but I thought you would probably make a better impression. Right?
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing. You know, I've been a member since the beginning.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was good talking to you, and
you too.
You know where to find me.
All right,
okay.
we appreciate you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, chat. Bye, Ellie.
All right, guys. So I have got to go to get ready for the live with John Davis True Crime. Y'all shoot over there. Somebody throw his link in the chat. John Davis, if you're still in here, throw your own link in here. You're a moderator. Y'all come over there, check out what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be just shooting off the hip. We're going to talk about anything and everything. Try to have something good planned for y'all tonight. I believe that's all I got tonight. Let me turn the phones off. Thank y'all for calling in. I'm sorry that I didn't get to get to more calls. I know a lot of people have. I'm going to mess with my settings now that I know what's going on. But yeah, that's it for me. The ones that don't agree are subscribed to us praying. This is your time to exit, because we do it every time over here. Look, we all fall short. We might cuss. We might not do the right things every day. We might make mistakes. We're not perfect. I ain't no better than nobody in here. And I might fail tomorrow. We never know, but we're going to try to go every day, trying to be a little bit better than the day before. So if you don't like that, peace out. We're going to pray it up. We're going to get out of here. All right. Thank you, God, for what you do in our lives. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for having faith in us when we don't have faith in you all the time. We ask that you bless anybody in here that needs you, even the ones who don't even know that they need you. Be there for them right now. Lord, we ask that you bring answers to this case, bring answers for Summer. And despite what anybody else says, give us the understanding, Lord. Point the way. Let us believe in you that you will bring answers to this case. No matter who it is that finds out the truth, just let the truth be known in all these missing person cases. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much, Missing Summer Wells. Pamela, thank you so much. Bama forever, what'd she say? Oh, Bama, thank you so much. Golly, man. Y'all are so awesome. I love y'all. Each and every one of you guys. We appreciate the subscribers as much as we do the members and the people who don't. They just listen, that maybe don't have, voice their opinion. Thank y'all for watching us. Thank you for being here. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. Allie's in there. That was your part. You just got back. She's not going to answer. All right, guys. That's it. That's a wrap. We'll see you next time. Till next time, keep on cracking. God bless. Pew.